Imagine biting into something so hard it would crack your modern teeth in half. A raw bone, a tough root vegetable straight from the ground, covered in grit, a strip of dried meat that needs to be torn, not sliced. Now imagine doing that every single day for your entire life, with no toothbrush, no dentist, no fillings, and still keeping a full set of strong, functional teeth into old age. That wasn't rare, that was normal. Today, you brush twice a day, you floss, you get checkups every 6 months, and you still end up with cavities, root canals, and a mouth full of fillings by the time you're 40. So how did people 20,000 years ago? The answer isn't that ancient humans were biologically superior. It's that everything about how they lived was different, and understanding why reveals something uncomfortable about modern life. The first reason is diet. Ancient humans weren't eating anything close to what fills a modern plate. No refined sugar, no white bread, no soft processed carbohydrates that dissolve into sugar the second they hit your saliva. Their food was fibrous, tough, and unprocessed. Wild tubers, nuts, raw and lightly cooked meat, wild greens. Chewing this kind of food took real effort, sometimes hundreds of chews per meal. That constant mechanical work did two things. It kept teeth clean through friction, scraping away the buildup that causes decay, and it forced the jaw to develop fully. A well-developed jaw means enough room for every tooth to grow in straight, which is exactly why archaeologists studying ancient skulls rarely find the crowding or crooked teeth that dentists deal with constantly today. Wisdom teeth, for us a modern epidemic requiring surgery, usually had all the space they needed in ancient jaws grown wide from a lifetime of hard chewing. The second reason is the near total absence of sugar. Cavities are caused by specific bacteria in your mouth feeding on sugar and producing acid that eats through enamel. Without a steady supply of sugar, those bacteria simply don't have much to work with. Ancient diets had occasional natural sugar from fruit or honey, but nothing like the constant sugar exposure of a modern diet. Soda, snacks, and processed food throughout the day. Studies of pre-agricultural skeletal remains consistently show remarkably low rates of cavities, sometimes under 2% compared to modern populations where cavities affect the vast majority of adults. The third reason is that their teeth were doing more than just eating. For ancient humans, teeth weren't just for chewing food. They were a tool, softening hides by chewing them, gripping and pulling material while the hands were busy, even using teeth to help process plant fibers into cordage. This constant use is written directly into the fossil record. Anthropologists studying ancient teeth find specific consistent wear patterns, grooves, chips, and flattening that reveal exactly how those teeth were used as tools, not just utensils. But here's where the story takes a turn most people don't expect. Ancient humans weren't immune to dental problems. Far from it. When agriculture began roughly 10,000 years ago and diets shifted toward grain-heavy, starchy, softer food, something changed fast. Skeletal remains from early farming communities show a sharp spike in cavities and tooth loss compared to the hunter-gatherers who came before them. Softer food meant less chewing, weaker jaw development, and more starch breaking down into sugar in the mouth. In other words, the moment human diets started resembling something closer to what we eat today, dental problems started resembling something closer to what we deal with today too. And it gets even more specific. Archaeologists have found direct evidence of ancient dentistry. In a site in Slovenia, a 6,500-year-old jaw was discovered with a cavity that had been deliberately filled using beeswax, likely to ease pain and reinforce a cracked tooth. In Pakistan, skulls dating back roughly 9,000 years show tiny, precisely drilled holes in molars, evidence of what researchers believe was an early form of dental drilling to remove decay, likely done with a bow drill and a flint tip. Long before metal tools, before germ theory, before anesthesia, someone was already trying to solve the exact same problem you go to the dentist for today. So this wasn't a species that never had tooth pain. It's a species that, for most of its history, lived in a way that made tooth decay rare. And the moment that lifestyle shifted, the problems modern dentistry exists to fix started showing up almost immediately. That's the bigger idea hiding in all of this. Strong teeth were never really about ancient humans having some biological advantage over us. They were a side effect of a harder, more physical relationship with food. Food that had to be chewed not swallowed easily, food with almost no sugar, not saturated in it. The moment that relationship changed, so did the state of the human mouth, and it's been changing in the same direction ever since. So next time you sit in a dentist's chair, remember, the problem isn't that human teeth got weaker, it's that we stopped living the way that kept them strong.